Okay, folks, if you're watching, this is my first ever live stream, so apologies if this doesn't quite go right according to plan. But very shortly, I'm expecting a phone call from a scammer who said he would ring back in a few minutes, and he claimed that my PC was out of licensing, so we'll see. If you're on the Okay, so hopefully, if you can, I'm just looking at the chat. If you're on the chat, I'm afraid I haven't got multiple people engaged in this, but we will see if this works out. We may have to wait a few minutes until this guy calls back, but with any luck, he'll do as he promised. So this was about 5 minutes ago when he called me, and I've got my usual tools set up. If you can see in the live stream, I've got a completely clean Windows 7 machine. It's got all of its anti-malware and antivirus up to date. The thing is patched to the hilt, and as you can see, it is fully licensed. It's not even a virtual machine. It's a proper license on this machine, and it's activated, so there's zero things wrong with it. So hopefully, yep, that's good. I see some feedback that there's no lag in this. So with any luck, it should be streaming okay. So unfortunately, we're going to have to wait for this guy. I don't know when he's going to phone back. He phoned from a withheld number. That's the usual. Sometimes they're fake numbers, but this guy actually says, yeah, this guy says that I've got a licensing problem. Of course, it's rubbish. He used the name Jim Browning, which isn't my real name, by the way, and what he claimed was that that was my name. So obviously, there's some call centers which have given that name in the past, and I obviously know when he uses that name that it's some sort of scam. So let's hope. Yeah, just on Wireshark, just let's start with it. Just when you're waiting. This is my version of Wireshark. It's not quite the latest version. It's version 2.2.0, and I've got GeoIP installed on this. You can see that I've got a couple of IP addresses in here. I'm going to be monitoring Ethernet 3, which is the VM, but I'm going to stick a filter onto this, which is a normal one, which is ip.geoip.country equals India. And if I apply that filter, it quietens down Wireshark, and it means that I'll only see IP addresses from India. So I'll keep this running, and as and when the customer, actually we've still got connections by the looks of it from India, but this is probably just noise. Obviously the guy hasn't connected yet. There seems to be some sort of connections from, in this case, Delhi. But that's obviously noise. The guy hasn't connected yet. But I've got to filter that out, make sure those two IP addresses don't appear. I haven't really gone through and done probably enough in tutorials about Wireshark. It's a pretty powerful tool. But you can see that there is noise from actually two different sources here. There's a second IP address which looks like it's in Pune in India. Not sure what that is, but it's obviously just internet noise chattering in the background. This isn't my virtual machine. It's actually the full host machine which is chattering here. So hopefully this guy won't be too long. I can see the comments from the live stream. Appreciate anybody who's joined. Looks like at the minute I've got 42 watching, so hopefully this guy won't be too long before he comes back. Just when we are waiting, I'm just going to chat through this setup. I've got a couple of virtual machines running. I have Ubuntu, which purely does my VoIP software. This X-Lite client is set up in a way that I've got it configured so I can, if I'm making outgoing calls, change my outgoing phone number, which is handy whenever you need to contact scammers. And I've got a machine called Kali Linux. If I just log in, I'll show you what's running on it. And here we've got something called Metasploit, and this is a tool which I use, which will sit and listen for incoming connections on a particular port. That's this machine's virtual machine's IP address, and this is the port number. And what it's listening for is if the scammer downloads some files, and I'll show you these. And under my documents, I've got very tempting looking binaries sitting here, one called banking, one called passwords, and as you can see, they're executables. And what I'm hoping will happen eventually is that a scammer will download one of these executables and run them, and they have to run them on their own machine. And if they do, then this little virtual machine will allow me to reverse connect to the scammer's machine. So it will literally give me a shell, a Windows shell, on the scammer's machine. So no one, I've had this running for about a year, and no one so far has actually taken that bait. But with any luck, someone will have a go at that one of these days. So that's what I'm hoping will happen. I keep this running in the background, and if I spot any connections coming in on this virtual machine, then I know I can own the hacker's machine. So say that's my setup. These two are both the same. There's something under banking and passwords, which are the same executable. And obviously, if the scammer is a little bit stupid, he will run these. Unfortunately, they're caught by antivirus software. So I'm hoping he won't have the same category of antivirus as I'm running. I've actually excluded this deliberately from, if we have a look at what the excluded processes are. Oh, maybe I haven't. Excluded file type, excluded, yeah. Under my, I've deliberately excluded these from my documents, and I've also excluded this other path, which is a keylogger. And if I press the magic system of keys, you'll see that this is running. And again, if the scammer types something, let me just stop this and clear the logs. If the scammer types something onto this virtual machine, I can record that. So I'll start the monitoring again and hide it. And because it's excluded, those paths are excluded from my antivirus, it won't obviously pick up on those. So just hit cancel. So hopefully this guy won't be too long. Unfortunately, we are going to have to wait for him. So I'll just talk to you a little bit more of this setup. This is a clean virtual machine. You can see that's completely up to date. And equally, the antivirus updates are completely up to date as well. And I run a free version of Malwarebytes anti-malware. Again, just to prove that I've got full antivirus and full anti-malware. There's nothing that this guy can claim is wrong with this machine. I'm tempted to clear out the event viewer logs, but usually that makes him a little bit suspicious, so I'll probably keep that running. The other thing I want to mention is I don't have any of the VMware tools installed on this virtual machine. And that's deliberate because although it slows the machine down, what you do find typically is if you look at the drivers on this, and if the scammer is particularly astute, what you will see with the exception of the disk, which is inevitable, you don't see anything else which indicates, the two disks are the CD-ROM and the computer disk itself. But other than that, you can't actually spot that this is a virtual machine. So what they typically run is something like dxdiag. So if I just run up this, you'll see what this looks like to a scammer. Obviously, the computer system itself, whenever they use remote access software, what they kind of typically do is download the information which is displayed here. There's nothing in here which indicates it's a virtual machine at all. And as I say, the only exception is under Device Manager. If they're astute enough, they'll look under the two disk drives there, and you can tell that it's VMware just from that. So if you do dxdiag, which some of them do these days, it doesn't tell you anything about VMware here. So it's as stealthy as you can get a virtual machine, but with any luck, you'll not spot that it is a VM at all. So this is if you install VMware tools. That tends to be more noticeable. So I'm just looking at the chat here, and yeah, I see a couple of numbers. Let me just this over. See a few numbers. I've rang a few of those. MRFC. Well, can't all be Man United support, I suppose. But yeah, I've got a few numbers. I put this into if anybody connects to, let's see, Discord. You'll see I quite often put a number of scammer numbers in there. If you're not sure what Discord is, or you're not already on Discord, do please join it. You'll see on Lewis's Tech stream some details for it. I might add it to my own information description, and hopefully you'll see how to connect to Discord. But Discord Scammer Sub Lounge is where you should go if you want to see more scammer numbers and want to learn a little bit about other people who do scams and bait scammers. So we're still waiting, I'm afraid, on this guy to ring me back. I'm just hoping that this will be very soon. I can't obviously predict when he's going to ring back, but as soon as he does call, you'll see this X-Lite client light up. He's actually calling me on my home phone number, and I divert it to this X-Lite or VoIP client, and that means I'll be able to record him. So I'm afraid we're going to have to wait another little while before this guy joins. I'm just thinking, will I describe any more about my setup? If you would like to learn a little bit more about MSF console, I'm just going to, I'll show you what I did. Let's just go for Google. And if you have a look for MSF binary payload, there we go. That's the first thing we've got. If you look at this Metasploit Unleashed or Offensive Security, you will see exactly what I've done here. And what this tool allows you to do is create, first of all, a Windows binary. This is for me being able to create a Windows executable, which if the scammer runs it, will create a reverse connection. And if you have a look through this tutorial, it tells you how to create one of these binaries. And I've just followed these instructions exactly. And you can create a Windows binary and obviously leave it. They give you this one ultimately called 1.exe. I've renamed it to something more tempting than that. And all I've done is obviously write those to the virtual machine, and hopefully the scammer will download this and run it. And as I say, all I've done then is set up this MSF multi-handler, and say the payload which it's looking for is a reverse TCP connection, so it will give me a Windows shell. And all I've done is set up my virtual machine's IP address, and I'm running it on a particular port number 5555. You will have to open up that port on a firewall, so it's not normally a typical machine will block all inbound connections. So it depends on the type of router that you run, but you typically have to open up some ports and indeed do port forwarding so that this particular binary will be able to will allow a connection from the scammer. So there's another little bit to this. If anybody's interested in how they need to do this for a fairly typical router, I can create a tutorial at some point. But that's what's running on this VM. So again, I'm just listening for those connections. Still nothing obviously yet, but I need to rely on the scammer running that. So unfortunately, this guy still isn't ringing me back. I can't give him a nudge. The number that he called from a few minutes ago was a withheld number, so I'm not quite sure who this is. As I say, he did address me as the name Jim Browning, which is a fake name. So I know for sure that this is a guy who's probably trying to follow up an earlier scam, probably trying to get more money from someone, I guess, who assumes has paid money in the past. And he's trying to follow it up. I have no doubt he's just trying to get more money. I'm probably on some sucker list somewhere, and that's why I'm getting these phone calls. So we'll still have to wait for him to join us. Just check what the live stream looks like. And we've got, say, I've got a Twitter feed as well. It's at JimBrowning11, and I'm just going to put the live stream details onto Twitter. If you give me a moment. So yeah, we've now got 67 people watching. So say anybody who's just joined, I'm expecting a scammer to ring me back in just a few moments. The guy who has called me addressed me by the name Jim Browning, which is a fake name. So I'm pretty sure this is going to be another scam. So I'm just having a look who's in the live stream chat at the moment. So it looks like we've got people in anywhere from Las Vegas to, well, if you want to put in your location, by all means do so. just get an idea about where people are based. I'm guessing most of the UK people are here, but if you want to give a shout out, do put in your location onto the chat, and we can have an idea about who's connecting from where. Oh, it's not Las Vegas. Okay. We will have to wait another few minutes though. Oh, we've got somebody from Serbia, from Wales, Southend, Essex, Pennsylvania, Adelaide, Sacramento. My goodness, we have got a very well spread people, and Spain as well. That's a very diverse set of people. I'm hoping, folks, that the scammer won't be too long before he joins me. As I say, if he rings back, and I can't guarantee that he will, you'll see this X-Lite client light up. And I'm expecting him to phone from a withheld number. Indonesia as well, my goodness. From Indonesia to Australia to Milton Keynes. That's amazing. So we've got about 69 people on the live stream at the moment. As I say, we're still waiting on this scammer to call back. I did say I will be about 5 minutes in the hope that I could get this virtual machine set up ready for a live stream. But I say I can't guarantee that this guy will ring. I'm afraid I'll give him about another 10 minutes. And I'm afraid if he doesn't call back, I may have to abandon this, which isn't great for my first live stream. But I'll certainly wait another little while and hopefully this guy will ring. So just to talk a little bit more about the setup, obviously it's a clean machine, it runs antivirus and anti-malware. I do keep these machines up to date. If the guy runs Event Viewer, which inevitably most of these guys do, there are indications from this that the machine has been alive for quite a while. What these scammers typically do is go into the Windows logs, particularly security and application logs, and obviously filter for these error messages, which of course are quite normal. But you can see from the timestamps on this that this machine has been alive for, well, about a year and a half. I'm not sure why there's a 2010 entry in here, but it should make sure that the scammer believes that this is a real machine. It really has been alive for that long. I'll say, if you're not familiar with my setup, I also run a keylogger. This is something called Actual Keylogger. It's quite an old version of Actual Keylogger, and it is a free one, but nevertheless it acts quite stealthily. You have to press about 4 keys together before you see this. So if I just hide that, it's not distinguishable, even if you do, or the guy does, Control-Alt-Delete. And if you look at the task manager, it doesn't actually show as an executable in here. It does show within the process, but you kind of have to know that akprog is a keylogger application, and most of these guys don't. If you even look at the installed programs, it isn't visible there either. If I go in and look at the programs, you don't see an installation entry at all for this machine. In fact, there's very little on it other than CCleaner, which these guys never put on and say that they're doing you a service. So I always keep this running just to make sure they have no legs to stand on. And Malwarebytes anti-malware is another one they typically install. And again, if they claim that they've done me a service by installing this, I can point out that it's already installed. So really this machine is absolutely clean, other than the keyloggers and so on that I'm running, and these binaries, which, as I say, will give me a reverse connection to this scammer. But he does need to download either one of these executables first. So that's this setup. Say the Ubuntu one is purely for X-Lite, and this I've got a few scripts written on this which allow me to change my phone number if I'm making outbound calls. There's a bit of software called Asterisk, and the Asterisk software, if you have a look at this, oops, it's not, I haven't got an American keyboard here. I need a pipe symbol. Must change that keyboard. Let's have a look. Let's see. Oh, I'll just guess it. I think it's one of these. Yeah, rep asterisk. So there's a binary called asterisk which gives me my VoIP software running here. And if I go into etc asterisk, I've got configuration files which will allow me to swap between, say, GoTrunk and SIPGate. So I've got a few files, say, which will allow me to effectively switch phone number if I'm making outbound calls. Again, if you're interested in how you do this, I'll maybe set up a tutorial. Someone's asked me, do I pay for SIP? Yes, I do. I pay for SIPGate in the UK, and GoTrunk isn't free. You typically have to pay a bit into it before you can make outbound calls. But as I say, it does help because I can present a US phone number if I use, say, GoTrunk. There's quite a number of other SIP providers. The one I particularly like in the UK is called SIPGate because they give you a free number. It looks like a landline, and because I'm from Belfast, I've got a 028 number. And again, it just helps me to present different numbers. Unfortunately, this guy doesn't look as if he's going to phone back, which is a real shame. I had hoped that he would ring me within a few minutes. So I'm really hoping that for the first live stream that I run, we do actually have someone who's going to connect. So if you want to ask me questions, please do ask on the chat and I'll try and answer them. Oh, cool, there's somebody else from Belfast there as well. Yeah, so I can't ring him back because he dialed me on a withheld number, and for that reason I can't ring him back, obviously. I'm still not sure who exactly it was that phoned me. As he addressed me by the name Jim Browning, which isn't my name. So I'm certain it's some sort of scam. So what I could do alternatively is to call one of the tech support numbers that I've seen on a pop-up. And if this guy doesn't call me in 1 or 2 minutes, I'm going to do exactly that. So I think I might have a go at that. So I'm just going to dig out a number, and I want to get a fresh number, which may or may not work. So given that this guy isn't going to ring, if he does, and I happen to be on another call, I'm going to drop the call that I'm about to make in favor of this guy phoning me up. So I'm just going to have a look for another scammer number, which appears on a pop-up, and we'll give that one a shout instead. So at least there's something that you can see. So I'm just having a look for this in the background. I'll just switch to my Windows 7 machine for the moment. Where you can get these numbers from is typically going to dodgy websites, unfortunately. So that's why I'm not live streaming what I'm doing here, because you can quite often get some very dodgy pop-ups. So I'll keep this off the live stream for the moment. And I'm going to have a look for some alternative numbers. And the reason why I'm not going near the Discord server is quite often some of those numbers will be out of date. I did have a couple from that I've seen recently. I might give one of those a call. And I'm just going to show you what a typical scam pop-up looks like. Over the last number of days, I've had a look at some URLs, and you can see that there are fairly typical numbers which appear in all of these. The URL of the pop-up keeps changing, and these, for example, were live a few days ago but aren't live anymore. And you'll see that there's at least 13 or so numbers which appear on those pop-ups. I'm going to give one of those numbers a call in the hope that, and you can see this is the normal pop-ups, I've got a few of them saved. If we have a look under my pictures, what you typically see is an alert which looks like this. I'm sure anybody who's on the live stream is familiar with these. I might give this number a call. And as I say, if the scammer who said he would ring me back happens to call in the middle of this, I'm going to drop this number. But let's give it a shout anyway. Let's go for that one. You can see I've called this number before. It's in my history. So whether there will be guys who operate on a Saturday morning as it is in my time, we'll see. So let's give this guy a ring. Now, it drops out almost immediately. I'll try one of these other ones. And say these typically appear on quite a number of recent pop-ups. So let's try this one, which is 0203, is a London number. Or maybe it's Birmingham. Let's see what happens. Nope, no luck. I do find a lot of the scammers don't actually operate on a Saturday. They have their time off as well. I'm going to ring a few of these, but I don't hold up much hope for this, but let's see. Still nothing. I'll try another couple of them. This might be very unsuccessful. We'll give it a go. Oh. Let's kill that one. Not having much success. I'm going to try one more. Say these guys typically don't operate on a Saturday, so let's try one more. Oh dear. I did see one or two numbers that are in the chat, so I'm going to try one of those. And there's one which I got, from MURFC. Hopefully, MURFC, if you're still on the live chat, I'm going to call your number to 0800 090. So I suspect that's one of the ones which comes from a pop-up. I'll give that one a go, and I'll pretend I've got a pop-up message. For anybody interested, I have two monitors running. Say one for the live stream and one for everything else which goes on around it. I see someone's given me a US number here. I might try that one. Thank you, TV8G. Let's give this guy a go.
Welcome to 247techies.com. Prepare for an outstanding experience in tech support.
Oh, I doubt it.
You will now be connected to one of our friendly techies. Your call may be recorded for quality assurance purposes. Please stay on the line for the next available agent.
This is 24/7 Techies. I don't like that is terrible music, I must say. So I wonder, TV8G, I don't know if you're still on the call. I wonder, do these guys just run scams? Do they run pop-ups? Do you know? Oh dear, that on-hold music is terrible. Jeez.
Welcome to 247techies.com. Prepare for an outstanding experience in tech support.
Okay. So
you will now be connected to one of our friendly techies. Your call may be recorded for quality assurance purposes. Please stay on the line for the next available agent.
Okay. So according to TV8G, these guys are part of kind of fake antivirus programs, and they do pop-ups. Oh, it's gone very quiet. Oh. These guys maybe don't run on a Saturday morning as well. What I'll do is I'll try to continue. If you can withstand the hold the music, we will see if I can't get another live one. Dear, that music is terrible. Let me turn the volume down a little bit. So, just to give you an idea about what a typical scam looks like, this is one of them. I've I've got this as a pop-up from another website, and I doubt very much whether something like this is really legitimate. I would be loath to download something like this, but the guys who we're on the call with run this sort of scam, and goodness knows what you download if you ever see an executable which you can download like that. Advise no one to do that sort of thing. So just looking for other scammer numbers. So bear with me.
The person at extension 200 is unavailable.
Okay.
Please leave your
Well, I'm
message
certainly not
after
leaving
the
a message
tone.
for them. Unfortunately, so those guys weren't active, which is unfortunate. On a Saturday, you do tend to find that. India are typically 4.5 hours ahead, so the time in India is about 4:30 or so. You would expect at least some people to be around at that time, but typically not so much on a Saturday. So I'm just hunting around for fresh pop-ups, and these can be quite difficult to find. A lot of them I found are scheduled to run not really at weekends at all, but only during weekdays. So these are fairly organized, these scam pop-ups. And as I say, you can see from just that one URL, it can advertise up to 13 numbers, and the URL itself changes fairly regularly. So let's see if we can get one fresh one. I'm having difficulty doing that. In the absence of this guy ringing me back, this is going to prove to be quite difficult. What I might do is try and get more typical numbers from the Scammer Sub-Lodge, and say, if you haven't joined this forum, there is, you can see quite a number of these numbers. So here I've got a few of them. That one seems to be a pop-up, and that was a fairly fresh one. So let me just try that one first. I hope that wasn't the number I just called. Nope. Okay. So it's a US number, and it seems to be fairly fresh. Say they got that from a pop-up from a Facebook page from scammers. So let's give this guy a shout. Okay, try that again without the. Try it that way.
Thank you for calling. Please continue to hold for the next available agent.
So with any luck, because this is a fresh pop-up, we'll actually get someone on the end of this line. Just looking at the comments in the live stream. So the program that I'm using to call the scammers is called XLite. Just Google X-Lite. You'll see this is a fairly commonly used VoIP
We
client.
appreciate your business. All agents are currently busy assisting other callers. Please continue to hold for the next available agent.
Okay, this one looks slightly more promising. So let's see what happens when eventually they pick this one up. So I will try to upload this, as long as there's nothing which appears on the live stream which is significantly embarrassing. I will upload this one later on. Say, if you want to ask questions as we go through, please do ask it on the chat, and I'll try and answer this as best I can. So looking at this, I've got quite a number of other numbers here. So if this one doesn't work or they don't answer, I'll try some of the ones which have been suggested in the chat. As I say, if the scammer who originally promised to phone me back actually does so, I will drop out of this call and answer him. So it's not looking very promising. This is all very poor for the first live stream.
We appreciate your business.
Okay.
All agents are currently busy assisting other callers. Please continue to hold for the next available agent.
Okay, so we're not having much joy out of this one. TV8G, thank you for your suggestion again about other number. I might give that one a go in a second. Dear, right. We're not getting great feedback here. Okay, I think I'm going to give up on that one. TV8G, I'm going to try one of your numbers, another US free phone number. So let's give that one a go. And these guys apparently are doing some fake pop-ups as well.
Welcome to Reimage Plus Technical Support. One of our technical support representatives will be with you shortly. If you have an existing account with us, please have your email address, license key, or ticket ID ready for our representative. Please be advised that all calls are recorded for training and security purposes. Thank you.
Okay, maybe we'll have better joy with these guys.
Thank you for calling Reimage. This is Patrick. Can I have your order ID?
Hello, yes, I don't have an order ID, but I was told I could get some support for my computer if I call this number.
I'm sorry, sir. Can you repeat that again? You're coming in and out right
Oh, sorry. I've got something seems to be beeping there. I'm not sure why. Yeah, I've got a problem with my computer. I'm not a customer of yours, and I wonder if you can help me. It seems to be running quite slowly. Oh. I'm guessing that was because the line quality wasn't very good, rather than him suspecting he knows who I am. So I'm afraid it's back to square one as far as getting numbers which are live. I'm not sure what was beeping there. I think it was more their service than me. But hopefully, right, I see another couple of numbers here. I'm going to give some of these calls, some of the suggestions in the chat. And, well, before I do it, let's just have a quick look back into Scammer Sublounge, scammer numbers. And there's a guy who has suggested one which kept them alive for about an hour, so I might give that one a go first. The beeping did sound like waiting in that last one. So, yes, I hope they don't recognize my voice. I'm going to try another couple of numbers, and I might have to give this one up as a bad job. So this one, 0203, is a UK number, so let me give that one a go. And that's obviously from a pop-up. Not having much joy with this. And this one is really getting triggered, so we'll give another US number a go. Dear oh dear, this is not good. Try that one more time. No joy. So I've got another couple of suggestions from the live stream chat. So I'll give one of these a go. This is TechFly Scammer Inc. Let's have a go at this one. Thank you to, oh dear. Another few ones here. Thanks TV8G, you've got quite a number of suggestions here. So I'll try one more of those. If this doesn't work, I'm going to have to give this one up as a bad job. No good. And one more. Thanks J Leone. It's like a US number, so yeah, I need to put a 1 in front of it because I'm calling from the UK. Not much joy here. I see Alfie Carlisle, you've given me an 0808 number, which is a free phone UK one. That one seems to be working, so I'll give it a go. Thank you, Alfie.
All our customer service representatives are currently not available. Please hold, and we will attend to you shortly.
Thanks, Alfie. I was do something about the on-hold music. A little bit beyond my control. Just a question, Alfie, is this one from a pop-up?
Thank you for calling Software Support. My name is Gaurav. How may I help you?
Hello, yes. I wonder, can you help me? I've got a problem and my machine seems to have thrown up like an error message and I've got to ring this number. I wonder if you can help me. I couldn't get rid of the error
Fine.
message.
Yes, sure. Okay, so sir, to help you out, so I need to connect your system to our secure server.
Right, okay.
Alright. So is it fine with you if I connect your computer?
Yeah, that should be okay. Yeah, how do you do that?
Okay, so it's a Mac Windows. It's a Mac or Windows.
It's a Windows computer.
Okay. So look on the keyboard.
Okay.
At the left hand side,
Yep.
press Windows key and letter R at the same time.
Windows R. Right, it's got a run and open box. Run, open.
Run yes. So type there www dot
Yep.
pc
PC, yep.
help HELP
Okay.
number 1
Right, I think I've got that.
.com.
.com. Okay. And do I hit OK or something like that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, pchelp.com. Right, it's got a browser and it's got secure remote support. Something
Right.
like session key,
Asking
is
for
it?
session.
Okay.
Okay, fine. It's 942
Okay.
Nine,
Sorry,
942
Yep,
68
okay.
31.
Right. Do I hit submit?
Let's submit. Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's not doing very much at the minute.
Mm-hmm.
Let me try that again. It's
Mm-hmm.
not doing very much, I'm afraid.
Sorry?
Oh, sorry, it's doing something now. Sorry, it says keep the lower left. You're about to start a
Yes,
support
yes.
session
This is the
with.
BOMGAR file.
It says
Yes,
PA.
sir. Run this file, BOMGAR.
Okay. Okay. You want me to run that or something? Oh yes, it's good. Something from Bomgar Corporation.
Mm-hmm.
Right. What does this do, tell me?
Right. So sorry.
What does this do?
And so what is going on now?
So it
Have you
says
click on the BOMGAR file?
connecting
Okay, I
to
got it.
server.
Yes, sir. Right. Click on allow.
Allow, okay.
Okay, thank you so much. I got the remote control, sir.
Okay. It says it's requesting elevation of privileges. Is that what you need?
Yes.
Right. Do I say yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Alright, PC Live help.
Please check. Okay, so let me check the system.
Right. Is there something wrong? I had to kind of stop and reboot my machine. Is that right? Or what happens with it? I did a scan already and I couldn't see
Have
anything.
you
Yeah.
have you solved it?
Yeah, I had that on the computer already, but I've already run this and I
Okay.
couldn't see anything. It didn't report anything. But yet I kept getting this pop-up and it had this number on it, so I had to, I don't know what's wrong with the computer.
All right. Let me check.
Do you think you know what the problem is?
Mm-hmm. Let me scan your system first. Please wait.
Right, okay.
Let us scan your computer.
Right, what's that? Let's see. Is that harmful pages? What is that? That was something similar to a red screen I saw a few minutes ago.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what that
So this
is?
is a software, STD, yes. It will diagnose your computer. Then I can
Okay.
tell you what is the problem in the computer.
Do you know what? Oh, sorry, it's still doing something here.
So from where are you, sir? May I know?
Yeah, I'm in London.
In London.
Yep.
Okay. And what's your name?
Yeah, it's Jim Dixon.
Jim. Okay, nice. Thank you. So you can see that the
Oh,
scanning result.
there's 9. Oh, temporary junk.
Their system temporary junk file is 9.
Right.
Temporary junk file 4, 26. Unwanted pop 7. Windows running task 35. So sum
Right.
up is 800.
Windows
Yes, 8.
tasks. My goodness.
So we need to
I have 45 tasks.
work on the computer.
Right.
So let me tell you, we need to work on the computer, okay? And we need to remove the unwanted files. We need to remove junk file. We need to give the service to your computer. And we need to install antivirus for your computer,
Right.
okay? So it will take 1 to 2 hours. So to start your work, so you have to register with our company, so that in case if you face any problem, so that you can call us, okay? If you register with our company, then we will make a database,
Right.
okay?
What does that mean? Sorry, I didn't.
So, sorry.
What does that mean? The database?
Okay, so we have a 1 year plan, like 1 year plan, 2 year, 3 year, and lifetime. For example, if you face any other issues in softwares, any kind of software issues, so you can call us back. So that's why we have created this plan for you. And so to diagnose a computer, there is no charge. To work on the computer, there is no charge. Just for the software packages, there is some charges for you. Okay, we
Right.
will activate the software for 1 year. It will cost you $151 US dollar.
Dollars.
For 2 year, it will cost you $201. Okay, and for 3 year, it will cost you $251. All right, and for
Right.
lifetime, it will cost you $301.
Right. 150. Right. That's all in dollars. Are you guys in like the States or something?
Yes, it's US dollar.
Right. Right. Whereabouts are you based then? What city is it?
And let me tell you about the company name. It's Max PC Experts, located in Panama, US.
In Panama? Okay.
Yes. Right now your call lands in India, New Delhi.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, did you say you're in India?
India, yes.
Oh,
Yes,
right.
New Delhi, because we have several centers all over the world.
Right, but you're based in New Delhi then, yeah? You're phoning from there?
I'm so sorry.
Sorry, are you phoning from Panama or New Delhi?
In New Delhi.
Okay. ScanGuard. Oh, ScanGuard it said was potentially unwanted. Is that what the problem is? Is it that ScanGuard thing?
Yes, sir. So there is some problems because temporary files are there in the computer. So we need to work on this.
Right.
Right. So you can tell me which plan do you want? For 1 year, for 2 year, for 3 year?
Well, is there definitely a problem on this computer? Because I couldn't find any. Is it definitely needed?
Yes, sir. There is some internal problem. That's why you are getting the pop-ups on computer.
Oh, I see.
And it is good for you because in case if you face any problem, then you can call us.
Right. But is there actually something wrong with it?
So your voice is breaking up. I'm so sorry. Please
Yeah.
repeat.
Is there really a problem on this computer? Do I need this support?
Yes, sir. There is problem in the computer. That's why you are getting the pop-ups. And in case like if you take the 1 year, so because it's a machine, so it can create any problem within 1 year. So you don't need to worry. So you need to you need no need to go anywhere in the market. So this is a very benefit for you because we are available 24/7, and we have the toll-free number. In case if you have any issue, you can call us back.
Okay.
Right? So it's very easy plan for you.
Do you like have a website and a phone number then I should ring, or is it this number, this await number I would ring?
Okay, let me show you. Okay.
Okay, that's like a US number.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a UK number or anything, or how do I get in touch with
Yes,
you?
it's a toll-free number.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Our plan. You can see everything.
Okay. So, sorry, I didn't get your name. What was your name?
My name is Gaurav.
Gaurav. Gaurav, is there any reason
Let's
why?
start there.
Yeah. Is there any reason why you would try to charge me when there's absolutely nothing wrong with this computer at all?
No, nothing like that. So if there is a problem, so that we will charge you then.
But all your utility did was say that I had temporary files. I mean, junk files are quite normal. And you know as well as me that the JavaScript pop-up is nothing other than JavaScript. You know, we've seen these before.
Yes, let me check.
Look, if you look at the alert that your number appears in, it just looks similar to this. And that's just JavaScript, so it's actually fake. So all you're trying to do is fool people into paying for something they don't need. And you know it, and I know it. Do you realize you're being live streamed in front of over 100 people? So Max PC Experts is definitely not what they claim to be. You're not supporting people at all, and all you're trying to do is money grab.
No, so nothing like that. So okay, if you think like this,
I know,
and
like
there is a benefit for you. There is a benefit for you. For example, in case if you have not any pop-up issues in 1 year, if any
but those
software
pop-ups are fake. All they do is say your files are in danger, and they are nothing of the sort. It is fraud to do that. When you tell someone that your computer has got a virus and it doesn't, That's fraud. You're being live streamed in front of quite a number of people, and you know as well as me that Bumgar support are nothing short of fake fraud experts who all they do is put fake pop-ups in front of people and try and scare them into paying money they don't need to. Okay.
Okay, sir. So if you, because there, I understand. So there are so many companies that call the customers, but,
And you're one of
we are
them.
not calling.
Well,
You're
no, I
calling
know.
us.
I
But
called
yes,
you. I called you because your number appears in a fake virus pop-up. That's a scam.
no, sir, please say, okay, I'm not forcing you to buy any plan.
Oh, you were. You were.
telling you.
You were
Yes,
offering
I'm
me
just
a
telling
choice
you in
of.
case if you.
You were offering me a choice of packages, none of which were free. So you're trying to get me to pay for something I don't need.
So okay, so it's up to you. So if you want the service, then it's your choice. If you don't want the service, it's your choice. I'm not forcing you.
But you should be telling people the truth, and what your advice should be is, if you see a pop-up like ours, that's just a scam, and your computer doesn't really need anything. If you had looked on this computer, you would have seen it's got all it needs. It's got its own antivirus, it's got its own anti-malware, it's got its own firewall, it's got its own network protection. So why are you conning people? You know you're conning people.
So your voice is not clear. No, so your voice is not clear to me, so
that's
I'm not
convenient.
understanding you.
That's convenient, isn't it? That my voice isn't clear when. See all these temporary files, those are quite normal. You know they're quite normal. So why are you trying to scam people?
So we are not scamming, sir. We are just helping the people.
But I've just recorded you live in front of over 100 people, and all you've said is that my computer has got a problem because you ran some fake antivirus scanning software which kept throwing up errors when they weren't really errors at all. You know, how do you live with yourself? Is it, it must be elderly or people who aren't very familiar with computers who fall for that scam. So can you sleep easy at night knowing that?
I understand your concern, but sir, we are just helping the people, sir. Nothing like that.
You're not helping people. You're defrauding people. I can see you're based in India, and your ISP is Tata Teleservices. I can see you're in Delhi, at least you admitted that. Most of the guys who run these scams say they're based in America. But you know as well as me, these numbers go straight to a call center in Delhi. Who actually employs you in Delhi? What's the name of the company?
Sorry?
What is the name of your employer?
So I'm the new one here, so I don't know.
You don't know who employs you?
Actually, sir, there are some different because we are just joined this company, so I'm the new one here. That's why I'm
what
in
company?
different department. I'm just helping the people.
Yeah, but what company is it?
So the headquarters of the company, I think, is in US. Yes, it's in Panama.
What's it called? Sorry.
The headquarters of office is in US, Panama.
In Panama? No. I mean, who employs you? Which BPO, which call center in India actually employs you?
Okay, sir. So I'm so sorry for that. Because
why don't you want to answer me?
Different customer care. No. I'm just telling you.
If you were a legitimate organization, you would have no problem giving me your address in Delhi. Do you want to type it on Notepad?
Sure.
What's your address in Delhi? Is this a difficult thing?
Sir, I'm so sorry for that.
Is there any problem with giving me your address? I mean, you're a legitimate organization, surely. Is there a problem? You've gone very quiet.
Okay.
No, I don't know what you're doing here, but if you could just type out your address for me, at least I'd have a chance at trying to believe you.
Okay, please wait, sir. Thank
Do
you.
I have to go to your ISP? Tata Teleservices. This is your IP address.
Let me check, sir. Please give me time, sir.
Is this a problem? Is it typing out your address?
Please wait, sir.
So is there a problem with typing out your physical address now? Hang
I
on.
don't know about this.
You just told me you're in Delhi, and I can see from your IP address and you're in Delhi. So why are you typing out a Panama City address?
So no, so this is like address of the headquarters.
Headquarters, yes, of course. But where are you based? I'm asking you what your address is, not what your head office is. Hello? Is this a difficult thing? Is there any problem?
Okay, no, actually, sir.
Yeah.
No, actually, sir. We are just employed here, so because the information that we have,
I know
we
you're
have very
employed
less
there.
information.
That's what I'm asking. It's who
Yes, sir.
employs you. What is the name of your employer? What's the address of your employer?
So because the employee is from US and the headquarters of the company is in Panama in US, it is not there. So it's just because we have different customer care executive center all
Hang
over
on,
the world, like India.
you're avoiding the question. Why can't you type out your actual address? What's the problem?
So because I'm so sorry because we are not here to give any information.
Well,
We are just
how could you
helping
call
for you.
yourself a
Yes, sir.
legitimate organization if you won't give me basic information about who you are?
No, you are right. I understand.
Yeah, but so where you go? I mean, you're a legit organization.
Mm-hmm.
So what's wrong with giving me your address? Can you give me your address, please? Is there a problem with that? I mean, you are legitimate,
So
surely.
I just give you, sir. I just give you this one.
Okay, are you going to type it out for me? Hello, are you still there?
So I'm so sorry, sir. So this is address, so you can visit there. This is address I just gave you.
No, I want your Delhi address, please.
So actually, sir, I'm so sorry, sir. So we can only give you the headquarters address.
So, well, what's your website? Can you show me what your website is, at least? What is it, PC? You showed me it earlier. Just type your address there if you don't mind. Oh, I'll get it from the history then. Ah, dear, history. No, it's been erased. Okay, so type out your website there, please. Is there a problem
Okay,
with
sir.
it?
If you have any, okay. If you have any issues, so let me transfer this call to my supervisor. Please.
Okay, yes, go for it. I'm sure your supervisor will be much more interesting.
Thank you. So I'm going to place a call on hold.
Okay, yes,
Thank
yeah,
you.
okay, that's fine. Thank you. I'd be interested to talk to your supervisor. Now. Thanks for the Jerry Adams comment. Hello, anybody there? Hello? Hello? Hello, anybody there? Hello?
Thank you for being on hold, sir.
Yeah,
I
hello.
really appreciate your time and patience.
Okay.
So myself, Krishna Kant here, and I'm the supervisor over the floor. So
Okay.
may I know the concern, sir?
Yes, I was just talking to your colleague. Sorry, what was your name, first of all?
Sir, my name is Krishna Kant.
Krishna Khan. Krishna, is there any reason
Yes, sir.
why your colleague would have said that I had viruses on my machine when I didn't?
Sir, your voice is not coming clearly, so
Right, okay.
just
Is
wait for a
that
moment.
any better? Is there any reason why you're running a scam here?
Sir, we are not running any scam, sir.
Well, my machine has nothing wrong with it, and you're still trying to charge me at least $200 to fix a non-existent problem. That's a scam in my book.
So I would like to tell you that if you face any problem regarding your computer, and if you find any kind of notification or all, then only you call us.
So
It
the
doesn't mean
end
that we are calling
justifies the
you and ask.
means. I'm afraid that doesn't wash. If you put your number on a fake pop-up and you get people to call you and there's
Sir,
nothing wrong with their computers and you try
sir,
and charge them, that is fraud.
Sir, we are not generating any pop-ups, sir. I'm telling you that we are not generating any pop-ups. We are
Well,
here.
even
We
if
are a legitimate
your
company.
number didn't appear in a pop-up, when I called your colleague, he talked me through the fact that only his own software which he downloaded appeared as something which wasn't right. Anti-malware, if you look at the Malwarebytes software, he killed it off.
Okay.
The only thing that was wrong on the computer was the software he downloaded himself. So why would you try and charge
Okay.
somebody with nothing wrong with your computer? If you look at the history, the only thing which appeared was your scan log, which said that ScanGuard, which you downloaded yourself, was the only thing that was wrong on this computer. And ScanGuard is nothing but a fake. In fact, it quarantined it because it's just a bit of scam software.
Okay.
So even if your number didn't appear in a pop-up, this is evidence that you're scamming people. So why do you do this?
So your voice is not coming clearly.
Yeah,
It's
no.
crackling sound.
It's never clear whenever I'm
Hello?
confronting you. Yeah. Okay, mate. I think you've probably shown your own company up enough. I'm going to go back to your ISP because I've recorded your IP address. I know exactly which IP address you're coming from. And the time in Delhi is what, about 5 p.m. nearly? In Delhi, is that right?
Yes, sir. The customer service department of this is located in Delhi.
Right, so whereabouts are you located? What's your address in Delhi, please?
So I would like to tell you that we are running a company that we can share you the information regarding the registered office. So we will not be able to share the offices that is located in Delhi.
Why would that be? Why can't you tell me what your address is in Delhi?
There is some certain policies which we have to follow it. That's why.
But if you were a legitimate organization, you'd have absolutely no problem telling me what your address is. The fact that you want
So
to...
I would like to tell you that as we are running the organization where we are here to help the customers regarding the computer through online. So if you want to visit our website, you can see the feedbacks and all. If you want to know our registered office address, we will let you know.
Well,
May I
I'm
know
sorry.
why you ask?
all
May I know the reason? Sir, try to understand me. May I know the reason why you are asking for the address of Delhi?
Because I want to know exactly which organization is fronting these calls. Okay, you've given a fake
What
address.
it helps?
Because it's a fake address in Panama.
if
You're not
you-
based in Panama at all. You know that and I know that.
So I can understand, but I want to know that what you will do after knowing the address. Because we are not providing any door-to-door support that you will come with your computer and we will provide you the support from here itself.
I
We
want to
are only
know.
providing the computer support online itself.
Yeah, I know it doesn't matter, and your head office could be anywhere. I want to know which office you're sitting in Delhi. Do you do
So
work?
we have the head office in Panama.
I know what your fake head office address is. That's not what I'm asking. I'm asking for your actual address in Delhi.
That's why I am asking to you that. May I know the reason why you are asking about the actual address of Delhi?
I've just explained
Does
it.
it help you anything?
Because your head office
Does it
address
help?
is fake, and I want to know your real address.
That's what I'll let you know about it. But may I know why you are asking for it? Does it help you in any way?
It's like a broken record. I want to know where you're actually based, not where you say you're based.
So we are located in New Delhi, India.
Yes, what
But
address?
our registered office is in Panama.
I know you're in New Delhi. I'm asking for your address in New Delhi. I can see from your
That's
IP
why
address.
I'm asking to you that. That's why I'm asking to you that what you will do after knowing my address, my organization address.
Because I would like to understand why you're reticent to give me your address. Why is that? Could it be that you're running a scam and you're defrauding people? Oh yeah, okay. Anyway, I didn't think it would quite last that long, but as you see, please enter your full name. Okay, I think I'll give them some feedback in a moment. But as you can see, that was a fairly typical scam. And I think the guy just obviously didn't want to divulge his real address, but that's quite normal. If I go back to his ISP, I might just approach Tata Services in Delhi and see if they can use this live stream as a way of trying to figure out exactly who this guy is. I might do a bit of digging after this live stream to see if I can find a little bit more information about these guys. It's not an IP address I've seen before. We've got a list of these IP addresses, and I'm interested to see if they're related to anything else. So I'm afraid the guy who originally called me didn't phone back. That might have made a more interesting call. But as it is, hopefully you've had, it's the usual thing with these scams. But thank you for watching it. I'll probably end the live stream here. Again, thanks everybody who joined that live stream, and thank you for your suggestions about phone numbers to ring. So there's not very many of them seem to operate on a Saturday, so it was good to get that feedback. I think it was Alfie particularly who gave me that number, so I appreciate that. Thank you very much. And I may try some live streams at some other point in the future. I don't know if they're any good or not, or whether you prefer my edited videos, but it's good to hear that everybody can take part in this, and hopefully we'll do more in the future. Again, appreciate everybody who did join, and if you have any feedback on this, do let me know, either on the Twitter feed or on the YouTube video, and I'll try and do more of these in the future. Anyway, thank you everybody who joined. I'll probably leave the live stream here, and again, appreciate everybody who did join. Thanks again. Now I have to work out how I end the live stream, but here we go. I think it's this.